good doctor?
I used to be. I won an award once from the mayor. Had an expensive frame.
They're all gonna die.
The day I get out of prison, my own brother picks me up in a police car.
It's the Al Travis Show. We love getting him on the program. He's Todd Bergeth. You know, with Todd and Friends, Todd and Souhan. How are you doing, Todd?
Good, Al. Thanks.
Secondhand, you make the news, at least to me you do. Your friend, the guy you do the podcast with, Jim Souhan, legendary sports writer for the Star Trib, resigned. News to you? Will he still be playing around with you in your park? What happened there?
Oh yeah, we'll continue on with Jim. He's. I think I've had him on now for about 8 years. It goes back to pre-pandemic, and he was willing to pick up the phone and has been and will continue to be from wherever he happens to be. You find that different from some of your guests, although that can change. You know, I certainly can change. I just have to check with my sister. We just have a lot of tea times. You know, no, it's fun to talk real life once in a while. Al gave me a little grief because I was going to take next week off. Fair enough. It's only because I don't know what our tea time is, and it'll be 10 o'clock there, where I'll be. So let me check, and I would be happy to join you. I think I might have to do that with somebody else.
If we are going to share real-life stories before you go out of Souhan, then the real story comes in as you and I got done golfing at Redwood Falls Golf Course. We're sitting around having a cigar and chatting. You bring up the story, Sue, and I asked, how'd you meet him and to do this? And you told me he was epic. This guy was on vacation in Europe, and he's picking up the phone. He's calling you. So I asked, where are you going to be next week? I'm in Michigan. What, no phones? And you're like, you know. The legend calls you.
You got me. You got me in a box here. You got me in a box here. I don't know where to go, so all I can say is let me check on it. With the travel mistress is my sister when our families are together, so I just need to clear it with her, and then I certainly would be happy to join you. As a matter of fact, my brother-in-law loves to sit while I'm doing this and listen to my end of it. So anyway, with Souhan, I didn't know he is retiring from writing for newspapers. So that's true. It isn't really resigning. If he was resigning, maybe he's going to do another newspaper. He is retiring from newspaper writing. What he might do, he said, and before we went on, it's so great, he says, now this is the secret part that we probably shouldn't talk about, is that I'm probably going to continue my column only on our podcast network. That's just some things we need to work through. And then when I'm talking to him, I did not bring it up. He volunteered that on the podcast, so it's kind of funny. Nice. And so that's what he's going to potentially be doing. And his podcast network is doing well. He has lots of great shows on there, the Talk North Podcast Network. And when I said, well, are you going to stay with us? And he goes, oh, of course, as long as you want me. And I said, yeah, we'll do it. So that won't change. But yeah, he's moving away from the Star Trib.
But for folks who, and most people do, most sports people that read, you know, sportscasters, listen to you, we think the sports guys have the greatest job ever. Oh, I could sit and write about the Minnesota Twins. Oh, I have opinions on there. But the massive hours that you guys have to put in when you're in the sports world, I don't think anyone understands.
They don't. You know, I used to say, everyone wants my job in the summer. Nobody wants it all fall, winter, and spring. Because I get caught up in the summer. I've had a terrific life in getting to play as much golf as I want. But yeah, huge hours in the winter, traveling the games, a lot of, you know, I'm there at 5, well, I would say 6. I would have preferred 5:30, but I was there at 6 a lot for the morning show stuff. And then still on the road at games at night, getting home at sometimes as late as midnight or beyond if it's a late football game or whatever. So big hours. But we do that because we love it. And Souhan's the same way. You know, like, on Friday, I'll say, have a great weekend, knowing as a sports guy that, well, his weekend is going to be working somewhere. Yeah. He could be traveling. He could be at a game downtown because he still goes to a lot of games. He won't be going to as many games now because he'll be living in South Carolina, but he'll still have all of his connections. Yeah. He will make some trips up there and still stay connected with everybody in the Twin Cities. It's great to have an insider on, and he is that.
Yeah. Well, but it's even beyond that. You say it's, you know, you get to go to a lot of sporting events or do a lot of sporting events, but your spouse has to be on that schedule. You and I chatted about this. I mean, 6 in the morning until what time the basketball game gets done, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and you're calling these games.
By the time I get home from the road, it's 11 o'clock and later a lot of times.
Yeah, so, there's something to that as well. And Souhan's wife, and I don't know her, had to be okay with that for the better part of 36 years.
Yep. Yeah, longer than that even, because his career goes way back to he covered the Dallas Cowboys as an NFL beat writer, their championship teams back in the day, and so I think we're the same age. He might be 1 year older, so he's our age, and so he talks about a lot of the same eras that we do, and his career was multiple smaller situations, and he got to the Star Tribune. He started 36 years. Mine was the same way. I lived in 6 different states. My first 9 years in radio, and then my 7th job or 8th job I landed was in Wilmer here, and 30 plus years later, I'm still here. So you're searching for the right place. He found it, as did I, and they kind of similar paths.
That's fair enough. Just a quick side note real quick, because we were talking a little golf real quick. Do you do well, or do you like golfing when it's this hot and humid?
Yes, I love it.
Oh, you do?
I do. I have to take in plenty of fluids. Of course,
Sure.
My wife is really after me about that, and we talk prehydration and things. That's really important. I don't do a good enough job, probably. There's more Diet Coke than water, generally, with my beverage of choice. But, I love to play when it's hot and humid. I do. The ball jumps. The technology is such that the ball compresses more. Plus, the old body gets loose a lot quicker. I don't like to practice a lot ahead of time. I only have so many swings in me each day. So when I'm playing, I play. And a lot of teams, I get out of the car and I head to the first tee. The guys I played with last week, the one guy says, straight to the tee? And I said, yeah, why would I change? So it just lessens the stress. I've worn my wrists out and stuff before, so I don't like to play quite as much. But hot and humid, bring it on. But I do try and play fast in the heat.
Do you do the breakfast ball thing? For folks who aren't golfers, that means if you walk from your car to the first tee, you've not stretched, you've done nothing, you get what we call a breakfast ball. We play that in our group because for the most part, we don't get there early enough to do any warming up. So you get one extra shot. Do you take that? Or is that against your morals?
I do not, unless I'm playing with the group and that's their rule. And 2 of the groups I play with, they do that. But if I'm playing a serious round, like I have a big tournament, my favorite tournament of the year, coming up this weekend at Redwood Falls. Of course, he played, so I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm playing everything ball down, one shot, counting every stroke, right now. No, I'm looser at times. For example, after this, when I go and play with my sister and her husband next week in Michigan, the rules will be a lot looser. Right. But for right now, I'm very much every rule as much as I can play it.
Fair enough. I've got to go to break. If you talk to Mr. Souhan, tell him congratulations. You don't know me from Adam, but tell him congratulations anyway. It's cool that a guy can do what he did and then now be in charge of what's left, right? I'll do this and I'll do this. I'm not writing anymore, and have the ability to do that. That's very cool. It's a good point in life. All right. Got to go to break. We'll be back after this with more. I've got him, Todd Bergeth.
Hey, Brian, what do you call a lobbyist with a sense of humor?
Me?
Close. Momentum advocacy.
We help clients get real results at the Capitol with strategy, relationships, and just enough charm to make it fun.
From policy wins to media spots, we've got your back.
Nonprofits, businesses, coalitions, we've helped them all.
And we do it with nearly 90 years of combined experience.
Momentum advocacy.
As always, your friends at the Capitol. Learn more about our team at momentum-advocacy.com.
It doesn't matter if you're babysitting a smoker all day, rushing it on a grill, or dumping ribs in a crock pot. Whatever. Truth is, it's not the method. It's the sauce. Grandpa's Barbecue. Not too sweet, not too sassy, right down the middle. The way barbecue was meant to be. Grandpa's Barbecue Sauce. Get yours at grandpasbbqshop.com.
don't need to ask him his opinion more than once. Al Travis on The Al Travis Show.
Love having him on. Todd Bergeth. Todd, are you just kind of relieved now that if you're going to be on vacation in Michigan, you're not going to have to spend any time watching soccer?
I don't have to go to Michigan to do that necessarily, Al. I watched Team USA and was, like many, disappointed with what went on. It's one thing to lose a competitive match. Belgium apparently was the better team. I am no expert, just what they're telling us. And but even my untrained eye in the game could see that they were confused on the back end. There was open shots available, and the analysts kept saying that they were able to press with their defense. I don't even know the terms. And then they weren't able to do that against a better team, and they predicted that that's what would happen, that they wouldn't be able to keep the same strategy, but that the coach that the Team USA has, that's what he loves to do. It's a high risk, high reward, and it was low reward and high risk, and Belgium was the better team, I guess.
It's the weird rules thing that I just don't know if I want to dig in hard enough. Okay, so a guy got a red card. Was it a good red card? Didn't seem bad to me. Should he get it back? Evidently, there's a way of going to the FIFA folks and ask for a request. They did. He got to play. That became a thing. Did you even hear that 2 U.S. officials were suspended from that game? They couldn't be at the game?
Not.
Yeah, I just saw 2 staff members of the United States men's soccer team were suspended by FIFA for Monday's round of 16 against Belgium. They would not explain why. They think it's because they were standing in the wrong spot during the match of 32.
Yeah.
There might be so many rules.
Yeah. After it happened, when it came out, then I heard about what happened. I go, I wonder why that is. But apparently the two are not related. So the case with the player, it was widely reported that Trump called up FIFA. So it isn't something that happens. As a matter of fact, it has never before happened in World Cup play where a team had a red card rescinded and a suspension pulled back. So there clearly was a little Trump influence there to get them to do that. Now, many of us thought it was, okay, now it's the right call. However, I was saying beforehand, I kind of wish he hadn't done that because it puts a big target on him, and it sure did. And Belgium was really fired up. And that guy was not indispensable. I mean, I don't know. It seems like you got 11 guys out there playing. Somebody else is going to be able to pick that up. They have other guys they could bring in. Pulisic struggled. And it's not because I knew and I could see, he did this wrong. But afterward, the analysis on Pulisic was not complimentary at all. And he was supposed to be the rising star of the U.S. They have Hershey Bar commercials. He appears in other commercials. And he got lit up afterward. And then, they're saying, if you're hurt and you are going to hurt your team because of this injury, you should say, don't just gut it out and go and play at 75%, which is seeing that kind of happen.
Speaking of being hurt a lot or gutting it out, the story is your Minnesota Timberwolves are throwing every last thing we have at LeBron James to come here. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts? Do you want LeBron here? Yes or no first, and then what would you do to get him if you want him?
We've had a lot of time to think about this, it seems like. I'm going to say yes. I would take LeBron. Now, one of my podcast partners, Sean Bolson, he does Mondays with me, he said if the Wolves get LeBron James, he'll never watch another Timberwolves game again. As long as LeBron is on the team. So he's an anti-LeBron guy. I'm not really. I try to separate the political from the on-the-court world. I mean, if we knew everybody's politics, how would you ever? So I try to separate the two. So I would say yes. It would be fascinating, wouldn't it? I mean, the guy's a basketball genius. Yeah. There's very few people who see the game the way LeBron has his entire career. He averaged 27 and 7 last year. Who wouldn't want that coming to your team? Plus, he would have a positive influence on our young stars in Anthony Edwards and, more importantly, LaMelo Ball. There are those who think that LeBron would not enjoy playing with LaMelo Ball. He's always been a veterans guy, and Ball still plays like he's playing on the playground at 17 years old, even though he's been in the NBA as long as Ant has. They came in together, obviously, as we know.
Let me throw the other side of this. I'm not with your buddy for, I think, the same reasons. Yeah. LeBron James is not Michael Jordan. He is not his name escapes me, out of Los Angeles, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
In that LeBron has chased after his rings, right? And everybody was when he's got one. I'm not ripping him. He was in Cleveland, he got one. He got one in Miami. He got one in L.A. If he comes here, and again, he fits what we need so well. I don't disagree. But he'd be like Brett Favre for me, right? He comes here, if he got his fourth ring, it would be because he can't.
He has four.
He would get his fifth ring. He gets one in his fourth city. The world will say, see, it's LeBron's ring. It wouldn't be the Wolves' ring. He got it, and that bothers me.
I disagree. I think what would happen is he isn't going to be the man. He's going to be the third offensive option. It's going to be Ant's team. LaMelo's going to have the ball in his hands all the time. LeBron is going to play the power forward. He's going to defensive rebound and be the best outlet passer after a defensive rebound you've ever seen in your life. And since LaMelo doesn't really like to play defense very much, he's going to be running the other end. LeBron is going to hit so many 50 and 60-foot passes to Ant and LaMelo running down the floor. It'll be incredible. I don't think that at all. I think LeBron believes this adds to his legacy because he is a piece, not the main piece, a piece of a team that's never won anything ever. And imagine if he could do that. He also would become the first player in NBA history to win a championship in 4 different cities.
Yeah.
Now, he left Cleveland because they weren't putting a winner around him. They weren't spending money. They weren't putting a team around him. They didn't have people. So what are you going to do? Now, Mike Trout chose the cash and the comfortability of staying with the same team. Do you respect him more than LeBron? He has 0. He'd never been in the playoffs. That could have happened with Cleveland. I don't think it would have.
Yeah.
But I don't think that. I disagree with that it's all about LeBron if they win with it. I think it's all about the Timberwolves, and LeBron is along with it.
If you are correct, then there would be no better get for Minnesota because, as I understand it, he'll play for nothing. He's just going to. He just wants to play another year, so it won't drain our pockets, and that'd be all right.
Yeah, well, they do have cap issues anyway.
Yeah.
I think they still have to create some room. Nothing is still, I think, probably the $15 million mid-level exception, which they don't have right now, especially since they signed a journeyman power forward yesterday. Although I don't know if that deal's. They don't. I don't think it's that it'll be nothing. Like the veterans minimum of 2.1 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be a little more than that. And I think there needs to be something else. And when I mentioned to Souhan, my idea with you last week about, hey, trade for Bronny, and maybe that gives him more of a reason to come to ice-cold Minneapolis all year. He's well-known to like the warm weather. His words were, that would be a shrewd move. So who knows? Because you create that. You trade the right guy. It's Josh Green, who has an expiring contract, so that's desirable. You trade that to the Lakers. His deal's almost $15 million. Bronny's at 2.3. You have the space then to sign LeBron for something, and Bronny is here. So maybe that is the path.
All right. I got to fly. I'm out of time. Boy, I appreciate you a ton. Hopefully we'll see you next week. If not, we'll get you in 2 weeks. Is that fair enough?
All right. Sounds good, Al. I will do my best.
He's Todd Bergeth on the Al Travis Show.